Well, I'm Saharsh Chaturvedi. I'm 21 years old and I'm the founder of Dreaming in Digital. I'll be asking the questions that I asked you again. Who over here is into content creation? Might be Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, YouTube videos, what and all. Can I see some hands? Okay. I would like to ask you guys another question. Who over here is into video editing, lighting, videography, photography, etc.? Okay, wow, those are so many hands, thank you. Now, the few things that I did mention above, video editing, lighting, photography, videography, is what I do on a daily basis for some of the biggest and inspiring artists of our generation. As you can see on screen, yes, that is MC Stan and Armaan Malik in the same photo. Crazy, right? So today my topic is going to be unpredictability of chasing unique passions. So it was quite funny. I was talking to one of my school juniors. He's about to start college and he started asking me a bunch of questions. He started telling me about how he plans on doing MBBS. For that he's planning on doing 4 years of college and then 3 more years doing masters, while also preparing for a bunch of exams in the middle, and then 1.5 to 2 years in interning in a medical hospital for a government hospital. During this time, he also started asking me, Saharsh, should I specify in something? Should I specialize or become something specific? While he was asking me all these questions, the only thing that came in my mind was how predictable and how he had a 10-step goal to be who he wanted to be. He knew that if he needs to achieve something, this is the exact path that he can follow to be where he wants to be. Everything was so laid down and everything was so predictable. Whereas the industry that I come from, that is the art and entertainment industry, there is no 10-step program. There is no certain pathway, there is no certain course that I can do that is going to guarantee me any sort of success. There might be one video which will blow up and I will go all international, or there might be just one video that sits idly on the internet for the rest of time being. So, having so many unpredictable paths on the way, I have a few simple methods that I like working on, where I sort of navigate my way through. I would like to start off with a few of the easy ones. One is creating goals. Now, in specific, I like creating open-minded goals. In an industry from where I come from, everything is so dynamic. The only thing constant is change. Now in that, I need to make sure that I have goals that are so open-minded that if I need to work on this thing, I can mix this trend in. Or if I want to do that, okay, this is not up enough, I can change that. So I need to always constantly keep updating my goals and keep it very open-minded to change. Another thing that I really love doing is ideating. Now what I do is I write down 3 ideas every single day on a whiteboard that I have back at home. Now it doesn't matter how simple or far-fetched or silly this idea is. Let me give you an example. So one day on my whiteboard I wrote down, I want to steal an auto and drive it around Bangalore. Now as silly as that might sound, we actually rented out an auto, learned how to drive it, which is actually quite hard, I would like to say. And doesn't matter how the reel went, we made a music video out of it. The statistics don't matter to me. But one thing that surely made me resonate with this reel so much was that people in Bangalore, especially auto drivers, started looking at me and they're like, I think I recognize you. I think I have seen you somewhere. To a point where even one auto driver figured out that I know how to ride an auto because of the reel, and let me actually drive his auto while he sat in the back seat quite comfortably. Now, these were a few simple steps that I use day to day to navigate myself, but I feel like I have found my pathway, or that I'm currently building a pathway through which I can find who I am and define my version of success. For that, my step 1 is finding your passion. Now, who from the audience wanted to be a cricketer? Okay, a few more. Wow. Same like you guys, I want to be a cricketer as well, from a very young age. It's funny how we all end up over here sitting across. But during my entire practice sessions and everything, my brother told me this one story which I got quite irritated about at a point. He told me the story about his friend who was a table tennis player. Now this friend of his had a competition coming up in 3 months for the national championships. Obviously, he was spending his time working very hard, practicing and pushing through. But unfortunately, he broke his dominant, that is his right arm. Now, instead of sulking around and crying about it every single day, he began working so hard and started learning how to play with his left hand. To a point where he got so good that he was able to play better than what he was playing before. And my brother always asked me this one question after that. He's like, Saharsh, are you really this passionate about cricket? Is this your whole world? Is this what you really want to do? And to dodge that question, I always said yes. Haha, it's fine, yeah, this is what I want to do. I know my things are sorted. But I knew only the dictionary meaning of passion. I didn't really understand it. Until the day I found what visual creation or the world of visual creation really means. Where I have an idea, again, as silly as it might sound, where I can put it up on a big screen and everyone can understand and see my ideas. Everyone is able to resonate with it. And when I was finally able to taste that, I was able to finally understand how this table tennis player felt like. I was finally able to break down what passion means. I actually felt it. And I knew at that moment that this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. This is something that is it for me. Once I figured out step 1, this led me to step 2, changing mindsets. What do I mean by changing mindsets? Everyone over here who raised their hand for photography, videography and everything also resonates with this, whereas it's only seen as a hobby. I come from an upper middle class family where everyone just thought that this is just a hobby of his, he's passionate about it abhi ke liye, and that will change. And not just my family, but my friends did that too. My family has engineers and scientists all around, so anyone getting anywhere close to the music industry was a wow factor to them. But slowly they started realizing how serious I was, how much I really wanted this, how I was spending hours on end researching, learning about the culture of what the industry is, the do's or don'ts about it, to a point where I started leveling up my skills daily to produce unique content. And when they started seeing that and the way I spoke about something I was so passionate about, things automatically started changing. They started seeing me in a different light. Not just my family, but my friends. They're like, okay, wait, he can actually do this for the rest of his life. And that was when I was able to finally break through step 2. But something that really helped break that step 2, understanding trends and the industry itself. Now I cannot stress on this enough. This is something so important. Let's take for example, I spent 1 hour editing a music video or a reel whatsoever. I spent thrice the amount researching about it. Understanding brand languages of the artists that were involved, understanding people from the industry who are the right people. Don't get me wrong, I was also someone like a bunch of the editors out there who started off by making fan edits. These are a few fan edits that I started off making. That was for Armaan and Zaeden itself. Now, one thing that I tried doing quite unique to fan edits was that I researched on the artist I wanted to do it on. That is, I tried understanding their brand language. This also gave me a good head start to where I was able to understand the industrial standard to which my skills need to be at for me to be able to work and collaborate with these artists. I was learning and I was pushing myself to make sure that I am that skillful to achieve working with them. Something that I can't stress more on is also learning and upskilling yourself. I have never seen this as a 9 to 5. I have always seen this as something that I'm very passionate about, as you all might know by now. Now, what I started doing is, I wanted to push my hands into as many genres as possible, as many things relating to visuals or graphic design or anything of such sort. Here comes my company, which I started back in college when I was 20 years old. It's called Dreaming in Digital, which specifies in the music industry itself. In this, every single day, I had a new opportunity, not just of handling a business, but I was also able to magnify or start experimenting in so many different genres. I started working on UX UI, that is quite weird for an editor. I started understanding what a coder requires, how certain softwares work, how SEO softwares work, how I can make sure my website sits on the top, how my designs can change when I'm making it for a website, whereas I'm making it for something completely different. Another day, waking up to a completely different challenge, that is making lyrical videos for Lipa itself. Huge shout out to Armaan Malik, who trusted me with the entire process and had me on board for making that lyric video. Bhuvan Bam, who gave me my break. That was the very first video that I put out 4 years ago that officially helped me break into the industry itself. Remixed by Law Stories and Sumanshu. There is Kashmir on top. Most of the EDM enthusiasts over here would know who Kashmir is. He was one of my personal favorite artists, and it was a huge accomplishment to be able to work directly with him. And Shirley Setia, who is my celebrity crush, so I just felt like putting it there. Anyway. To another day, waking up to understanding how music videos or visualizer works, how I can be a director, how to handle budgeting or pre-production, or how to, sort of maneuver a camera based on how it's for a music video. Different aspects of that is what I started getting into with the help of my company. I didn't try limiting myself to just one small thing. I was trying to make sure I'm pushing myself into as many aspects as I could. Something that I really, really enjoy doing, and I've been doing it for a very long time before I even knew that I was passionate about content creation or anything like that, was creating merchandises. This was something that we were able to create with Armaan Malik for one of his merchandises as well. Now, while working on these projects with such esteemed artists and such big names, I began to feel very lucky that, oh my God, I am very lucky. That's a good thing. I was grateful, but to a point where it started overshadowing my confidence. It felt like the only reason I am over here is because of luck. That the second the luck slips out, I am out of here. I have no creativity left. I don't exist. But there was this one specific project that changed my entire perspective over the concept of how luck can change confidence as well. Now, a really great artist team reached out to me. They wanted a lyrical video. And it was a great song as well. Something that fit exactly in my ballpark. So I knew exactly what to do. Now I started sending them a bunch of ideas and a bunch of drafts. I think I have sent them at least 12 to 13 drafts. And they hated all of them. They did not like it at all. And I had to hear some of the worst things that could ever be said personally to me, was that, don't worry, maybe this project doesn't work out. We'll figure it out in some other project. We'll understand it in some other project. इस बार के लिए आप नहीं किसी और के साथ try करते हैं. And all my fears, everything came through that second. Everything around me started to crumble. I started understanding that this is what I was talking about. I am here because of luck. Luck is what it is. Now it's all over. I am done. No one wants to work with me anymore. Blah, blah, blah. Now, something inside me switched. I don't know how or what it was. But I remember going back to my parents' place, not to cry or sulk about it. But I locked myself in a room for 2 days straight. I don't remember if I ate anything or even if I went to the washroom. All I did was sat down and I was like, how would Saharsh make this video? If this was my song, how would I want the video to look like? And in 2 days, I made the entire video and sent it ahead to the team. Now the team, who had already started working with this project, with someone else, then took me back on board as they loved the video so much. Ladies and gentlemen, the video that I am talking about is Armaan Malik's You. I'm pretty sure all of you guys would have heard that song since it was trending on Instagram for the longest time. It looks cute, no? Anyways, Something, these were a few very positive comments about it that really made my day. These were specifically the people who were responsible in breaking that barrier for me to feel that confidence again. And to be like, yes, I am lucky, but it is also me who's breaking through those doors, grasping on opportunities and bringing it back to me. I knew for a fact that I deserved to do that video, and I made sure that I was the one who did that video. Now, one last thing that I really want to touch on is that I wouldn't be here or working with the artists that I'm working with if I wasn't surrounded by some of the greatest people. That is my family, my brother, my friends, everyone who gave me such positive vibes and always motivated me. No one took me down. No one said that, oh, okay, Saharsh, this is not something you can do forever. Tone it down, start focusing on something more serious. Everyone gave me the support I required. Everyone pushed through. I was not the only one who was able to push through those barriers. It was these people who helped me do that as well. And with that, I would like to conclude my talk. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much.